Namaste, welcome to my kitchen. Today we will learn something very special. We will make our own Desi Masala powder. This is the secret to making delicious Indian food. Many people buy masala powder from the store, but homemade masala is always better. It is fresh. It has a beautiful smell. It also has many health benefits. Whole spices are like little treasures from nature. They have so many good things inside them. When you make your own masala, you know exactly what is in it. There are no extra chemicals or preservatives, just pure natural flavor. This is the first step to cooking like a true chef in your own home. Let's talk about these wonderful whole spices. Think of spices like coriander seeds, cumin seeds, and cinnamon sticks. Each one has a unique taste and smell. Coriander seeds are slightly sweet and citrusy. Cumin seeds have a warm, earthy flavor. Cloves are strong and pungent. Black peppercorns give a nice heat. When we mix them together, they create a symphony of flavors. This is what makes Indian food so famous all over the world. Using whole spices is also very good for our health. Turmeric, for example, is known for its anti-inflammatory properties. Cumin helps with digestion. These spices are not just for taste, they are also for our well-being. So why should you make your own masala powder? The biggest reason is freshness. When you grind whole spices, they release their essential oils. These oils are what give the spices their amazing aroma and deep flavor. Pre-packaged masala powders lose these oils over time. They sit on store shelves for a long time, so they are not as fragrant or potent as the masala you make at home. Making your own masala is also very satisfying. It connects you to the traditional way of cooking. It is a simple process that gives you great results. Your family and friends will notice the difference in your cooking. Preparing your own masala blend allows you to customize it. You can change the recipe to your liking. If you like your food spicier, you can add more red chilies or black peppercorns. If you prefer a milder flavor, you can use more coriander and cumin. You become the master of your own spice blend. This is not possible with store-bought powders. They have a standard recipe that you cannot change. So, let's begin this wonderful journey. Let's learn how to unlock the true potential of these amazing whole spices. You will see how easy and rewarding it is to make your own Desi Masala powder right in your kitchen. The next step is very important. It is the secret to a flavorful masala powder. We need to roast the whole spices. This process is called dry roasting. We do not use any oil or ghee. We just heat the spices in a pan. Roasting does two wonderful things. First, it removes any moisture from the spices. This helps them last longer. Second, and more importantly, it awakens their flavors. The heat makes the spices release their aromatic oils. Your kitchen will fill with an incredible fragrance. This is the smell of authentic Indian cooking. It is a sign that you are doing something very special. To start roasting, you need a heavy-bottomed pan or a skillet. A heavy pan heats up evenly. This prevents the spices from burning. Place the pan on the stove over low to medium heat. It is very important to use low heat. High heat can burn the spices quickly. Burnt spices will make your masala taste bitter. We want a nice toasted flavor, not a burnt one. Let the pan get warm for a minute. Then, you can add your whole spices. You should roast different spices separately or in batches. This is because some spices roast faster than others. For example, cumin seeds roast very quickly. Let's start with the lighter spices like coriander and cumin seeds. Put them in the warm pan. Keep stirring them continuously with a spoon. This ensures they roast evenly on all sides. You will see them change color slightly. They will become a little darker. You will also hear a faint popping sound. The most important sign is the aroma. When the spices release a beautiful toasty smell, they are ready. This usually takes only a few minutes. Be very careful not to let them smoke. Once they are roasted, immediately transfer them to a separate plate to cool down completely. Now you can roast the harder spices. These include cinnamon, cloves, and black peppercorns. Follow the same process. Put them in the pan and stir them on low heat. These spices might take a little longer to roast than the cumin and coriander. You will know they are done when they become very fragrant. The cinnamon stick will smell sweet and warm. The cloves will release their strong, pungent aroma. Roasting brings out the best in every single spice. This careful step is what makes homemade masala powder so much better than anything you can buy from a shop. Let all your roasted spices cool down completely before we move to the next step. Once your roasted spices have cooled down completely, it is time for the next magical step. We will now grind them into a fine powder. This is when all the individual aromas come together to create your unique Desi Masala. The best tool for grinding is a dedicated spice grinder or a coffee grinder. Make sure it is clean and dry. You do not want any other flavors mixing with your spices. If you do not have an electric grinder, you can use a traditional mortar and pestle. This method takes more effort, but it is very rewarding. It connects you to the way our grandmothers used to cook. Add the cooled roasted spices to your grinder. It is better to grind them in small batches. Do not overfill the grinder. This will help you get a very fine and even powder. Close the lid tightly and grind the spices. You can use short pulses. This prevents the grinder from getting too hot, which can affect the flavor of the masala. Grind until you get a smooth, fine powder. You can sift the powder through a fine mesh sieve if you want it to be extra smooth. This will remove any coarse bits. The beautiful fragrant powder you have now is your very own homemade masala. The aroma of your freshly ground masala will be very strong and beautiful. This is the power of fresh ingredients. Now we need to store it properly to keep that freshness locked in. The enemies of your masala are air, light, and moisture. So you must store it in an airtight container. A glass jar with a tight-fitting lid is the best choice. Glass does not absorb smells like plastic can. Make sure the jar is completely clean and dry before you put the masala powder inside. Any moisture can make the powder clump together and spoil. This simple step is key to preserving its wonderful flavor. Label the jar with the name of the masala and the date you made it. For example, garam masala, 12 July 2025. This helps you keep track of how fresh it is. Store the jar in a cool, dark place, like a kitchen cabinet. Keep it away from the stove and direct sunlight. Heat and light can damage the essential oils and reduce the flavor of your masala. Homemade masala powder stays fresh and fragrant for about 2 to 3 months. After that, it will start to lose its potency. That is why it is good to make it in small batches. This way, you always have the freshest masala for your cooking. Now comes the best part. We get to use our wonderful homemade masala powder in our cooking. You will be amazed at the difference it makes. Your dishes will have a depth of flavor that you can never get from store-bought powders. Let's see how to use it in some popular Indian dishes. One of the most common uses is in curries. Whether you are making a simple vegetable curry or a rich chicken curry, your homemade masala will make it taste incredible. The fresh aroma and rich taste will elevate your cooking to a whole new level. Your family will surely ask for your secret recipe. When making a curry, you usually add the masala powder after you have sautéed the onions, ginger and garlic. Add your masala powder along with other powdered spices like turmeric and red chili powder. Sauté it on low heat for about a minute. This step is called bunna in Hindi. It helps to cook the raw spices and release their full flavor into the oil. You will see the oil starting to separate from the masala paste. This is a sign that your masala is well cooked. Then, you can add your tomatoes, vegetables, or meat and continue with your recipe. Just a spoonful or two of your fresh masala is enough to transform the dish. Another fantastic dish where your masala will shine is biryani. Biryani is a special dish and it deserves a special masala. Your homemade powder will give your biryani an authentic and royal taste. You can use it to marinate the meat or vegetables. Mix the masala powder with yogurt, ginger garlic paste, and other spices to create a flavorful marinade. Let the meat or vegetables sit in this marinade for a few hours. This allows all the beautiful flavors to penetrate deep inside. The final biryani will be incredibly aromatic and delicious. Every bite will be full of complex and wonderful tastes. Remember, your homemade masala is very potent and flavorful. It is much stronger than the powders you buy from the store. So, you might need to use a little less than what you are used to. Start with a small amount, taste your dish, and then add more if you need it. This way, you can control the flavor perfectly. And here is a special bonus tip for you. When you are boiling rice, for biryani, or just plain rice, add 2 or 3 whole cloves to the water. The cloves will release their sweet, warm fragrance into the rice, making it smell absolutely divine. It is a simple trick that makes a big difference. Enjoy your cooking.